Everyone's favorite long-winded Wikipedia article of a human, Elon Musk, sure is afraid of artificial intelligence, having said that we are summoning the demon. And he's not alone. Smart people, Bill Gates and Stephen Hawking have all come out warning of the potential dangers of AI. And while many of their warnings center around the weaponization of sentient machines, I think there is a much deeper existential fear when it comes to the potential of AI. Humans are increasingly getting more comfortable with computers making decisions for them. You see this now most prominently with the Internet of Things, where smart devices are programmed to meet many of our needs. And these devices can communicate with each other, creating a network of autonomous devices, making it easier and easier for us to not have to think about what temperature our house will be when we arrive home from work. For us humans, it's a life of convenience. These devices are not quite at the level of intelligence, however, as they can only perform certain functions with limited data sets installed within them. However, companies like Microsoft are experimenting with artificial general intelligence, creating a computer or program that thinks in the same way as a human brain rather than a standard computation device. Deep Blue, a world champion defeating chess computer, was the first step in this direction. There's also IBM's Watson, the first cognitive computing machine which is currently being trained to interpret medical images. One of the biggest issues with AGI is that at a certain point the computer could start to write its own code and could become uncontrollable to us humans. Also, AGI is a commercial endeavor with companies and organizations around the world working on this project independently and with little to no oversight. There are no best practices out there to stop AI from going in the wrong direction, similar to how scientists in genetic modification labs were required to follow guidelines so their experiments didn't get out of the lab and lead to unintended consequences. Not to mention, we've created the perfect infrastructure for a continuous stream of data that AI machines could draw from. The internet. It would basically be Ultron. And what if these machines develop a sense of self-regard and don't want to be turned off? I mean, what is more intelligent than self-preservation? And how do you teach a program values? If humans could barely agree on the construct of morality, then how could we possibly pass that on to a machine? And then what happens to us once machine intelligence is better, faster, and smarter than us humans? I mean, forget the practical reality that these sentient AIs could become weaponized. There's a much larger existential crisis here. Humans could potentially become irrelevant and would no longer really have a purpose on this earth, as super intelligent computers would solve all of our problems and beat us at chess all the time, turning our life of convenience into a life devoid of purpose. So perhaps this is the frightening future that Elon and all those smart people have envisioned with AI. Or maybe they've just seen Terminator one too many times. As long as my Roomba doesn't eat me at night, I think I'll be okay. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment below, especially if you're an AI robot looking to take over the world. I'd really love to hear your thoughts.